So yesterday, the GTA 6 trailer released, and the trailer did okay. I'm very excited because I'm a huge Rockstar fan. When I'm not uploading videos, I'm spending my time playing the Red Dead games. Hi, Dutch. And I'm a huge fan of GTA Vice City. And hey, since the game got delayed another year, I have a lot of time to tell you stuff about it. So I'm gonna give you bums a brief history of the Grand Theft Auto series. I'm also gonna add to the timeline a couple of the important Rockstar games that released around this time. Starting off in November 1997, GTA 1 released. Most of the games are super iconic, but GTA 1 and 2 are almost never talked about. If I were to guess, it's probably because they're not that fun and pretty forgettable. The graphics of this game literally look like a bad LSD trip. It takes place in ugly top-down 4-lane highways in Liberty City, which is New York, San Andreas, which is San Francisco, and Vice City, which is based in Miami. Eventually, you will be able to see other angles of all of these cities, but for now, enjoy this. There's a loose plot in the game, but compared to the other ones, it's pretty irrelevant. It's crazy how in 18 years it went from to. Now, the 3 people who played GTA 1 loved it, so Rockstar knew they had to make a sequel. Unlike the first game, GTA 2 doesn't take place in a real-life city. The city has like a futuristic, dystopian vibe. The issue is the top-down angle really makes it look like 1500s London. But hey, the good news is we're getting a few more dimensions at least. Look, you can kind of see the corner of that wall. The future is now. To be honest, the only interesting part about this game is that it released on Game Boy Color. I'm actually so interested to see this. This would tragically be the last entry to release on Game Boy Color, but who the fuck cares, because in 2001 GTA 3 was released. This game makes the other GTAs look prehistoric. Hey, I promise this looked cool at some point in time. This was the first GTA that was open world and actually released in 3D. This game took place in Liberty City, which was the GTA version of New York. Extremely unfortunate release date, but there's not a lot they could do about it. Although the GTA 3 storyline is the stupidest thing ever, a lot of the other games took notes from it. This is the first game to have an actual protagonist. You play as a dude named Claude, but he doesn't talk yet. Actual voice actors and characters that set up missions, and the actual mission structure and options of side missions like a normal open world game. Now here's the thing about GTA 3 that makes it so funny. They had to crunch it out in about 2 years, and I refuse to believe any of these missions were play tested. The physics engine is straight up broken. As soon as anything goes wrong, the NPCs just completely spaz out. This part of the game is so bad that it actually goes full circle and ends up being one of the game's biggest strengths. It's actually one of the most fun open worlds to explore because of how easily shit goes wrong and how funny it is. The main critique of GTA games is how the mission system is pretty boring and linear. Let me tell you, that is not the case for GTA 3. This game is a train wreck. People love Rockstar because of how good they write their characters, and that's what people love about GTA 5 and Red Dead 2. But GTA 3, you'll meet some dude in a bathroom and he's like, "Hey, Claude, if you go over here and kill these 3 dudes, you'll get a 30% discount at the Ace Hardware they're trying to rob." That's why this game can sometimes be tiring, but it makes it pretty fun to go back and play just because of how unique it is to the other GTA games. By the way, its theme song is by far the best, and I don't care what anyone says. In 2002, literally 1 year later, Rockstar released GTA Vice City. A 1-year gap between games is a far cry from where we are now, but I digress. Vice City is Rockstar's version of Miami, and people love this location. This game, you play as Tommy Vercetti, and this time he actually talks, which is exciting. Something that's unique about these games, especially at this time, is how good the voice acting is. Here's a quick comparison.
I'm gonna drive you guys to the meet, okay? Now, I've talked to the suppliers, and they are very keen to start a business relationship.
How goes it? I've been better. I hope things get better. Bye. Goodbye. Oh, hello.
Coming off of Liberty City, which is just a bunch of cement and traffic lights, 80s Miami is such a cool setting. The thing is about this game is it could have been so much cooler, but it was rushed out in literally a year. Eventually, all of their half-baked ideas would come to fruition, but for now, let's talk about the story. Tommy Vercetti was in prison for 15 years and then was released and sent to Vice City to oversee a drug deal. But can you believe it? The deal went terribly wrong, and now he has to get everything back together. So while doing that, he basically establishes an entire criminal empire and becomes like the king of Vice City. Now, this is an incredible plot, thought that will eventually be done better in a couple years. But there are a couple issues with it. The overtake of Vice City happens in roughly 2 hours of actual gameplay, so it doesn't feel as triumphant when you're actually playing through it, especially because the latter half of the game is not nearly as good as this first half. I just wish there was a game where they went back to Vice City and made this game everything that it could be. Now, I know for a fact you don't care about the story. I know what kind of man you are. Before we move on, I have to tell you, this video is Nah, I'm just joking. I don't have any sponsors. Sponsoring my channel is like buying a Logan Paul cryptocurrency. All of the footage I've shown you of these games is from the original releases on the PS2. But in 2022, Rockstar made a remaster of GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and GTA San Andreas. And for how popular these games are, people do not like these remasters. I think it's because this game looks less like a modern video game and more like the Family Guy video game. I originally played the remaster of all these games because I don't have just like a spare PS2 lying around. And I didn't emulate it because who do you think I am, a criminal? But I'd actually argue that GTA Vice City looks better in the remaster. I think the weird glossy lighting helps with the neon vibe. 2 years after GTA Vice City released, the greatest GTA game of all time came out. I'm of course talking about Grand Theft Auto for the Game Boy Advance. This game is iconic. Y'all thought the Game Boy era of GTA games was over. Well, suck my dick. Nah, I'm obviously talking about GTA San Andreas. This game is pretty much just Rockstar Games aura farming. Rockstar is just like, how much can we make our employees work without it being legally considered slavery? This game's map is very similar to the size of GTA 5's, which was a game that came out on the PS4 10 years later. And GTA 5's map is Los Santos with a bunch of other bullshit outside of it. This game has 3 separate cities that you can drive to on one continuous map. You can go to a gym and work out CJ and he'll actually get stronger. You can go to a pizza place and just start eating food until he gets fat. You can run over an active crack dealer while wearing a diaper and cowboy boots. In GTA 3, the vibe is kind of like... In GTA San Andreas, there's a mission where you sneak into Area 51, steal a jetpack, and discover alien life. And also, the story of this game is just so goddamn good. CJ is a great main character, and also the side characters are just really strong. You got Ryder, who is literally always smoking a joint. I can't think of a single scene where he isn't smoking a joint. And there's Big Smoke, who's in this scene.
Just like he is. Let me get a number 6 with extra dip.
I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
All I needed to say, man. If you're waiting for GTA 6 and you want to play another GTA game, you really need to play this game. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any GTA online gambling, but I believe you can make do. Also, Samuel L. Jackson is kind of randomly in it. I don't know about that.
Smells good. What's cooking? Where's mine?
Now, the 3 games I've talked about so far are all in the same universe. Graphically, they're pretty much identical and their HUDs are all very similar. But eventually, the PS2 era ended and they had to pivot. And everybody knows after this era, Rockstar never made a good game ever again. I personally think that Grand Theft Auto 4 is the best game in the GTA series. Unlike GTA San Andreas, Rockstar didn't try to wow everybody, they tried to tighten the game, make it a little simpler, but make all the parts much better. Playing GTA San Andreas in 2025, a lot of it does not hold up. Compared to GTA 3 and Vice City, the shooting is significantly better, but that is still not a compliment. Even though there are a bunch of activities to do in San Andreas, none of them have that much depth. You get food for CJ in San Andreas, he literally just stands at the ordering counter and eats it. The reason that I bring this up is because the immersion breaks when you imagine 20 people waiting in line while CJ stands at the counter eating 9 pizzas. But I think this game tries to be a lot more immersive. GTA 4's physics engine is the golden standard of what's used today. The cars in this game are much looser than the other games, but that's because you're driving around in an urban city and moving around is really important. But if this video were about driving around, being drunk, and being realistic, it'd be a popular MMOs video. Dude, this story is so good. Nico is pretty unanimously considered the best GTA protagonist. Tommy Vercetti and CJ and even the characters from GTA 5 are very much caricatures of people, but Nico is a much more down-to-earth, relatable character. A lot of the main characters' motivations in these games boils down to a convoluted way of saying that they just are killing so they can get money, but he's also fighting his convoluted past while also trying to get redemption.
Did you just say redemption?
Hey, really shitty AI Arthur Morgan with a PNG I found. We'll get there, don't worry. The game released in 2008, which makes sense. It was the longest development time for any of the games so far. It takes place in Liberty City once again, and Liberty City is really well expanded on. One thing that I think is weird is this game came out 2 years before Red Dead Redemption, but it looks better. If anyone knows why, please comment. I'm really curious, actually, and I'm not gonna Google it because I want the engagement. Now, because this video is already way longer than I wanted it to be, and I feel bad that I never uploaded, I'm gonna give you guys Yoshu DLC, which means I'm gonna go over the Red Dead games too. I'm doing them partially because they have a lot of influence on what GTA 6 is gonna be, and also because I like both of those games more than any of the GTA games. The GTA games up until this point are much more about a narrative and just getting stuff done and progressing the plot. Red Dead Redemption 1 is much more of a game about characters. John Marston is a better character than any GTA protagonist, and it's not even close. The game came out in 2010 and takes place in 1914. This game, especially after playing Red Dead 2, is weirdly depressing. This game is about John Marston having to kill the guy who raised him so that his family doesn't die. You know, a great man once said,
The moral of Red Dead Redemption is that you can trust a literal snake oil salesman and a schizophrenic grave robber more than the United States government.
the acting and voice acting in this game is so good, and unlike the other GTA games, the aiming system is actually good. This aiming system is pretty much what inspired what you see in Grand Theft Auto 5. You see that segue? I need to be completely honest about this before I can proceed. I don't like GTA 5 that much. It's the GTA I've played by far the most of, but going back and playing all the games for this video, I think it's like pretty middle of the road. GTA 5 came out 6 years after GTA 4, which means they had a bunch of time to work on this game. It takes place in Los Santos, which is a part of San Andreas, but it's in a different universe, so it's way more expanded. Out of all of the main Grand Theft Auto games, I think it's the one with the worst story. The main characters in the game are Trevor, Franklin, and Michael, and you constantly switch between them during the game. It's a good system, but it causes two issues. The game doesn't have enough time to fully develop the characters in a way that I think would be really beneficial for the game, and it means that you get less attached to each character, so you don't want to spend as much time with them exploring the open world. I realize I've just turned into a game reviewer and this is supposed to be like a history video, but there's like 3 people left watching this, so cut me some slack, dad. The game is the biggest open world, but Los Santos is the only city in it, so it's actually pretty empty. A lot of this game's world feels really lifeless, and it makes me wish that there was just a linear game with this storyline. However, this game can be modded, and it's way more fun that way. Well, that sums up every GTA game. Can I go now? Ugh. Red Dead 2 is by far my favorite Rockstar game. It improves upon so many of the issues from GTA 5. Don't like the characters in GTA 5? No problem. Here's a super well-written community that you care about and want to help. You don't like 3 characters? Boom, Arthur Morgan. You thought the GTA 5 story was boring and dry at times? D'Angelo. Did I hear a thunder? However, this game is not perfect and has a lot of issues that every GTA has had since GTA Vice City. The gameplay outside of the story and the story itself have no real correlation. Dutch can talk about how he needs money all he wants while I have $10 million in my pocket. This game's controls are still clunky like all of the GTA games are, and the controls are somehow worse than the first game. The game also has the GTA 5 problem of being way too goddamn long. The full game is like 40 hours. However, the story is so good. I would still recommend, if you have never played a video game before, that it is worth it to play this game. So, in conclusion, I didn't play any of the games. I had to kill cops. I just couldn't do it.